Hello. Remix of Sticker Brush Symphony from Donkey Kong Country 2 is a... Donkey Kong Country has one of the best video game soundtracks of all time, and I will die on that hill. Also, for people who are here watching live, or for anyone who's watching the video playback, hi! I hope your day is going good. I don't usually do streams on Sundays, but I started working on Saturdays, so Sunday streams is where it's at, I guess. I don't really have a long stream planned, but I actually do have a few surprises of things that I want to show off. Mostly Silver Cavern and Flame Rift Act 2 are two things that I kind of want to show off a bit. They're very rough around the edges, but I think it's still enjoyable to look at the progress that I've been making. And if anyone has any requests, just anything you want me to play or do, let me know and I'll do it. Alright. Thank you, S. Thank you, Luke. Glad to have episode 3 of this series going live. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I'm the most entertaining individual, but it's nice to just chill and talk about things that I'm interested in. And one of the things that I'm interested in right now is Mystic Realms, so... Alright. See this over here? See this weirdly kidney-shaped sections? Mystic really liked making his portions look like body parts. I don't know what it is, but come on, this definitely looks like a kidney. Or like some kind of organ. Can't be the only one. Anyway. I'm gonna turn off the music here because I wanted to show off Silver Cavern. Okay, Luke, since you're here, what would you rather see? Silver Cavern or Flame Rift Act 2? I'll give you the ultimate choice. You have the complete power. You are dictating the future of mankind right here. No pressure. I also have... okay, Silver Cavern, Flame Rift, and I don't have too much of Starlight Palace to show off, but there are a lot of new things, or some new things as well. But, alright. Silver Cavern. So, a lot has changed since I last talked about merging the two ideas. This is actually Silver Cavern right here on the screen, and I'm not just merging the two ideas. I may also be merging the original layout as well. I'm just playing around with it. I'm in the sketching phase at the moment, but let me show you what I've been doing. So, my vibes for Silver Cavern. I really, I want to fight to keep this music by, I think his name is, what is his name? Hold on. The Sketch Alex is the one that made this remix back, like just a few days before 2.2 actually came out. And I freaking love it. I talked about it last time. But I'm going for a very specific vibe for Silver Cavern. I wanted to feel almost serene, especially after the high energy filled level that Act 2 is going to be with the snowboarding sections. I think having a sort of emptier but yet still majestic level is the perfect supplement to Midnight Freeze. It just, I think it just works perfectly. This level, I want it to be a focus on difficult platforming. In fact, I'm I've also got a little bit of Nitric Citadel that I could show off later, but yeah, this is essentially the vibes I'm going for. But the level right now is very long because it essentially took 3 demos and merged it into one. But you can see here some of the ideas that I'm playing with. I really like the pulsating, glowing lights that these pillars are emitting because, I don't know, it just kind of makes these caverns feel alive. And I think that that's the vibe I'm going for, is that I want the caverns to feel alive. A lot of this is just literally just lifted straight from the original level, but once I get past this area... Oh, I also took the original level and I scaled it up a bit because it was a little too cramped for my liking. Obviously, a lot of this is going to change, and I'm going to strip a lot of these rooms completely down, and definitely, you know, just make it a little bit more fun and dynamic to go through. This is the original level. I split it in half over here, and then I've reintroduced the other demo by, what was it, Radicalicious that did it, I believe? So yeah, while it does look a little empty at the moment, the goal is to just make a platforming heavy level. A speedy platforming heavy level through ice. I also love this big room that you just go into because, I don't know, it's got a very grand feeling to it. I'm also taking some heavy inspiration from that one SRB2 match map in vanilla. I cannot remember the name for the life of me. And then this is where my other ice sliding demo kicks in. I think ending the level in an ice slide would be a lot of fun. And then it just ends. So, very rough around the edges at the moment, but I think you could see the vibes I'm trying to go for here. Let's see, this is the path that I just took, and this. I'm going to get rid of this entirely. This entire section, I kind of hate it. In fact, let me just get rid of that now. I hate that section. This section is fine. I don't mind this section, although I would like to trim this part off, and then let's move that. Oops. We're going to move this over here. I'm going to flip it like that, and then I will worry about connecting that later. And that severely cuts down on the length of this path. So this path will have to have some platforming to compensate to make sure it's not... No. This path needs to have the platforming to compensate. Or I could just remove this entire section. Either way, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll move this weird kidney thing over here. Anyway, that was Silver Cavern. The idea. Very rough. It will not be ready anytime soon. Speaking of very rough things that won't be ready anytime soon, I wanted to show off a little bit of Nitric Citadel. Oh, thank you, Luke. I'm glad you enjoyed the demo. Yeah, one thing that I really want to try to accomplish with these levels is the feeling that each level brings a slightly different experience to the player than having a bunch of levels that sort of repeat or reuse the same gimmicks. That's really why I wanted to do Rainstorm Keep the way I did. because, while the inside of a Japanese inspired keep, you could definitely come up with some creative ideas there. Ultimately, I don't think the concept carries itself all the way to, fill up an entire level. I think all the ideas that you could have for an internal Asian inspired temple level could be done in Tempest Valley 2 in the interior temple section, which is also kind of why I designed the paths like that. I still have absolutely no clue how I want the inside of the temple to operate on Tempest Valley Zone 2, but maybe one day. Anyway, Nitric Citadel, I think, suffers from an identity crisis at the moment. I have been trying to think, like, how do I make Nitric Citadel stand out as an Emerald stage? Because right now it just kind of feels like a factory level with acid, which isn't bad. I actually really enjoy the platforming that's here, and this is something that I think could, I don't know. I just like it. I just like it. But I think the biggest problem with Nitric Citadel right now is the outside. So I actually made some changes here, and I'm most likely going to darken the level. I'm essentially going for the vibes of a chemical plant in the middle of an ocean. And the acid that is being produced over here, it creates sort of a smog cloud above the chemical plant, and that's why I was playing around with the green clouds. I like it better than the orange sunset, but I still don't like the way that it looks right now, and I just think because I need a better sky texture. I gotta look to see which one sort of speaks to me there. But having it feel more like a citadel by closing the walls up with the thought barriers, I think helps the level feel a little bit more unique. Because without these walls, it just kind of feels like, I don't know, it just kind of feels like Sunken Plant, but with acid. And I don't want it to be just Sunken Plant with acid. These Emerald stages need to be unique. Or, I mean, I guess they don't need to be, but... Anyway, that's... they're better when they stand out. I think a lot of the things that Sonic games do really well is the package, the whole package with each level. It just comes together in a sense that you remember the level even years after you played it. Like, I remember Green Hill, Marble Zone from Sonic 1, and I think it was just like the atmosphere. It challenged conventional gaming norms. I hate to sound like a video game critic or snob, but it's true. These games really do push the envelope of what's been seen before with gameplay. Okay. Flame Rift Act 2. It looks kind of monstrous right now. So I have completely disassembled the original demo. I've completely just I chopped it up into pieces. I just didn't really, I wasn't a huge fan of the layout. It was fun, it was nice, and it worked, but I just didn't think it flowed. And I think that flow is what I'm after. So I took the advice of using the other demo that I forgot about, and I'm merging it in. Yeah, this level starts with this, oh, I really want this crusher to crush rocks to the beat of the song. Like, whenever you hear the clank in the background, it would be so cool if this synced with the music. Anyway, this is what Flame Rift looks like at the moment. You're immediately confronted with 3 paths, left, straight, or right. Now, you may recognize this section. Oh, let me lower the volume a little bit. Okay, there we go. Oh, let me know if the volume levels are off, by the way. Originally, you would approach this section this way, but I'm changing it. I'm changing it all so that way. I don't know. I just think it makes more sense like this. Anyway, oh, I don't know if you caught that. Hold on. Let me. Here's an idea that I was playing around with the idea that the factory or like this industrial place that you're in kind of has a few like tricks here and there. So what I'm gonna have happen is as you're walking over here, a platform comes out of the ground right there, and a spring's gonna be here. So like you don't see it at first, and then when you're running, it just throws you back. No, just like weird things like that, because I've already got like a whole like industrial moving parts vibe going on right now. I think making this stage feel like the machinery is actively trying to prevent you from proceeding would be fun. I'm still playing around with textures over here. I did some retexturing. Normally when I leave the textures like these over here, it's not because I'm lazy, it's simply because I haven't decided of what I like better. So I usually just walk in here, I'm like, okay, what do I like better, left or do I like right better? And then I just sit on it until I am 100% confident that this is what I want. Anyway, I'm gonna take this roller rock over here. I'm sure you could, if you're familiar with the demo that hasn't been worked on much, this place probably looks familiar. Here's another idea that I was playing around with up here. So I have these tracks sort of placed throughout the level. I think it would be cool to see a mine cart or like some kind of cart or some kind of moving thing on this track that shows the minerals, the ores that are mined in this zone going through the process of being converted into whatever metal Eggman needs it for. So having the level develop like that, it gives you a sense of progression through the level, especially if you're riding on rails, which is kind of what I want. I kind of want Sonic to be able to ride on a mechanical minecart. Something like that. I think that would be kind of cool. Unfortunately, the physics of this rock are very weird. It like the physics don't actually exist. I think it just moves at a set pace, no matter if you're going up or down. But I don't really want the roller rock here anyway. I was just kind of using it as a, I don't know, an idea. Anyway, let me just follow these tracks over here. Yeah. This level, this part really bothers me because it just it's really clunky at the moment. You see that? See how the physics get like really weird over here? Yeah, this is definitely something that I gotta play around with. Anyway, the tracks will continue over here, and eventually... Just gonna go over here, because this is... Oh, let me just restart the level, actually. I'll show you the right path now. Take this little shield. Also, my cat is literally he wants to play SRB2. Royal, you cannot play SRB2. You simply lack the opposable thumbs needed for it. Yeah, this section. Ignore the the weird lava over there. You probably recognize this section. Again, this is a section that I sort of flipped around entirely, so instead of approaching like from here, essentially, you approach from the other way, this way. And I think it makes more sense like that gameplay-wise, because the other way it felt a little awkward, but this way you've got this little ramp here. This helps you build up speed, And then you could choose to either go straight into the obvious path, or if you're feeling a little ballsy, you could go up here. There's going to be a better spring, but some platforming, and eventually there will be a path where you go around. Whee! Anyway, I think... yeah, I definitely wasn't kidding when I said I chopped it up. Where is the... yeah, it's over here. I have tried to think of something for this room. I like this room, but I also don't. I have like such a love-hate relationship with it, because I like the way that it looks, but I hate the way that it plays. In the original level, you had these springs over here that brought you to this place, and it kind of felt like it was sort of leading you to a different path, but then you just realized it was secrets, and well, secrets are cool. I kind of like the idea of that being a separate path. So this one you're also going to approach from this side instead, and then you'll have the choice to go either in this room or take the path that way, wherever that'll end you up. Anyway, let's go in here. This area is pretty much the same. I think I made it slightly easier. Anyway, once you get past all of that, the middle of the level will be the original spawn. Skybox is all fucked up at the moment. How did that get up there? I definitely did not move that up there. I actually haven't decided yet if I want you to start from this side and leave the building this way, or if I want you to start down over here and just proceed like you normally would. Also, I'm surprised no one has ever mentioned the hand over here. I made this little hand here, and I thought someone would be like, why is there a hand here? But no, no one has said anything yet. But I guarantee you, soon, one day soon, someone will see that and say the exact words, why is there a hand here? Anyway, once you proceed from that area, you're going to be brought into the final... Oh, that was Brack! I forgot I left him in this skybox! I'll just let him do his thing. You'll hear him occasionally laughing. This one was mirror flipped. Oh, so one thing about this gate over here, what I'm gonna... I don't think... Oh man. Hold on, let me show you. So that gate right there is supposed to... It's supposed to close when you turn the corner over here, but I think I left the line def executor tag. I think I left it in here. Let's see. No, it's not that one. Is it? Is it here? Oh, it is here. 62. Okay. Okay. So see how the gate over there is open? I'm gonna make it so you have to run, and you have to try to beat it before it closes. And if you're not fast enough, you're gonna have to take like a slightly longer path around. But if you are fast enough, you'll save some time. I don't think it's possible at the moment. Maybe it is. Hold on. If I build up enough speed with a spin dash, I think I could do it. Yeah. I just think I love things like that, you know? Just like things that you interact with the level. Set pieces. They're just all set pieces. Oh, that was embarrassing. That was very embarrassing. No one saw that. Anyway, the last section of the level, it will still be this little garage that's going on, and I showed this off last time, but it's this room with the rising lava that illuminates the path for you. I'm still playing around with like how bright it should be, how fast the lava should be, because ultimately the lack of lighting should be more of a subtle challenge. Also, I don't know what the fuck happened to this block over here. It should be more of a subtle challenge. It shouldn't, like, the darkness shouldn't be the main thing that's challenging about this room. It should just be sort of a supplemental set piece of sorts. Because dark levels, you know, they could look good aesthetically, but they just make playing, like, dark levels and maze levels are both infamous in the SRBT community. Anyway, that was Flame Rift Act 2. Ultimately, this level is a challenging one to work on. It is challenging. I thought a few times that I would just go in and just start all over. But I really like using the ideas that people came up with because, I mean, this is a community project after all. We're working together as a community, and these pieces, you know, I could see the original vision behind them. Thank you, Luke. What you think of Flame Rift and Nitric? Well, Nitric was not much there, but Flame Rift, it's definitely, I think it's coming along. Let's see. Do I have anything else that I could show off? I was messing around with the... I think there's only, just like a few sectors here. I was like, huh, what would Dimension Warp even look like gameplay-wise? So I was just messing around with some stuff here, but... Is this 0.5? Yeah. I was like, what could Dimension Warp look like? So I just made this arena of really ugly and weird slopes, and I think I may have landed on a concept. A level that you go through that lifts chunks of the other stages, like Tempest Valley or Jade Coast, and you see pieces of these levels within Dimension Warp, almost like this reality is collapsing in on itself. I don't know. Just something, it was more of a shower thought than anything. I wanted to talk a little bit about Rainstorm Keep here. I recently pushed out Demo 2, and I really like the direction that I've been taking this level, but the thing that I'm really proud of, besides the wind... Oh, here's the fun fact. The wind, the name of the audio files are Philip. If you know... I've had a running joke that the tornado's name is Philip. So it's a little subtle, but the area that, or I guess the sectors that transition from inside to outside, have this this wall effect on it that kind of makes it feel like it. I don't know, like it kind of makes it feel like it's windy. It's the best way I can describe it. It makes it feel wet and windy. I know it's a weird way to describe it. This section over here, I don't know, it just feels wet and windy. That's really the best way I can describe it. But it was accomplished by making a big sector, a big FOF outside of the map, and then having the floor and ceiling expand from like -2000 to like 3000. And then wherever I tag it, it just puts the FOF there, and you could see that I'm using this ugly texture. I never thought I'd ever use this texture for anything, but it actually fits really well in this level. So the sound effects, the wind sound effects, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but it's louder in some areas outside than it is in others. And the reasoning is because the way that I have it set up at the moment is that it's not this one, it's, which one is it? Is it, where do I have these sound? I think it's, yeah, this one. It actually plays it from inside the middle of each sector, from what I could gather. So the smaller the sector is, the louder the audio will be, because the audio source starts in the center of the sector. I could get around this by making a ton of sectors like within the wide open areas, but I feel like that would impact performance, and I'm not sure if it'll be worth it. Ideally, it would be nice to have a custom weather Lua that does the sound whenever you're outside or, you know, wherever. I've also got sound effect objects over here. This makes it so you could still hear the wind, and it gradually fades away as you leave this object over here. I've used all the geometry that I had for Rainstorm Keep in Demo 2. I finally did that second path right there, and honestly, I like the length, but I really need another path idea, and I think where I'm going to put the other path is right here. In this room, where you go up after this checkpoint, you go over here and an executor trips that breaks this floor. No matter what, even if you don't touch the floor over here, the floor will crumble. But it would be, here, let me move this over here. It would be cool to have a different path that goes this way out and will eventually merge back. Probably, I don't know where I'd probably, the way I'd probably do it is I'd have a tunnel under this sector and come out over here. But this way, this path could be a little harder because it takes a little bit more skill to stay up instead of falling from the broken floor. So if you're a more skilled player, you're going to be rewarded with a more difficult but yet faster path. I just have no idea what I'm going to put there. Usually I'm like, okay, there's going to be something here, so I'll just leave a hallway there. And then before I know it, my level just becomes a ton of hallways connecting connecting each other. Let's see. Yeah, I'll save changes. Starlight Palace. Oh, what did my... Hold on, my resources got all messed up. Luke, what would you say your favorite level in Mystic Realm right now is? I think they're all bangers. Well, most of them. Let's see. I think the only thing that I did since I showed off. Midnight Freeze Zone 1 is awesome. Oh, okay, it's not. Here, let me just... I'll start from over here. I don't remember if I touched on this last time or not, but I'll show it off anyway. I want this level to be a little, like, weird. So, I'm gonna have, like, the emerald. Like, you're gonna be able to see the emerald, and it's gonna, like, disappear if you, like, when you turn the corner. I can't remember if I touched upon that last time, but let me show you. Let's just start it in here. I think it kind of adds to the whole surreal dream experience, and I want people to be like, wait a second, did I just see an emerald, or am I just going crazy? Oops. Ignore that. There it is. You're not gonna be, like... Yeah, as soon as you enter there, it's just gonna go away. I don't know. I was just messing around with ideas, but I think weird stuff like that is fun. Hold on. Midnight Freeze Zone 1. Let me just load up that map real fast. Oops, wrong one. So this level is fantastic. They really knocked it out of the park with it. But I I cannot wait for Zone 2 whenever it is off the ground. There is actually a prototype for the snowboarding section, or I guess a snowboarding mechanic. Let's see, Act 2. This is the demo that the other individual made on the Discord. I do not remember their name. But they said they were going to start it over, but I don't actually think they need to. I really like the direction that they were going, and I wish that they would continue it. It's obviously it's very rough and open and, you know, doesn't feature snowboarding at the moment. God, there is a cheat code for it. What is it? Hold on. Let's see. Nuhu64. Oh, hopefully I'm saying that right. Nuhu64, if you're here, if you're listening, if you could hear my voice, wake up, your family misses you. I'm just kidding. No. I am totally game for what you were doing here. So if you want to continue, I think you should. So there was a cheat Lua script in Core, I believe it was, or was it not Core? Was it in gameplay maybe? Yeah, cheat codes.lua. Okay, so the code to do it is, I think it's just radical. Is it not MR secret? What? Well, what is it? I always forget this command. Oh, it's just MR secret. Okay. See, this is the only functionality that exists with the snowboard. I can't even go over. The wind is pushing me. Does it turn it off? Oh, it does. Okay. Woo! There's also a cheat code that changes the spin dash graphics. Let's see. This one is... I think it's just spark color. Okay, let's try it. Spark color. No? Okay. It's supposed to be spark color. Did I spell it wrong? No, I didn't. Huh. Glow is one of them as well. There it is. You see how the the spin dash uses the add blending technique instead of the normal translucent one? They should just, like, I'm totally down to just have this be either an unlockable or allowed from the get-go. Also, yeah, I totally see the vision behind this level, this demo. Dude, I gotta ask Newwho64 if he would be interested in collabing on this. In general, I think we need more collaboration within this project. Just like multiple hands touching one map, because my weakness has always been just like making buildings look nice. And I would love for someone to come in and polish the rough edges of Tempest Valley Zone 2, for example. Or, yeah, I know Mayo was building up on it. I know he was, but I don't think Mayo made it public. Anyway, that was pretty much all I wanted to show off. I wasn't gonna do too much. I wasn't gonna do building on this stream. I just wanted to show things off and get some opinions on. Mainly Silver Cavern was the one that I was very curious what the thoughts on it would be. I'm gonna still work on Silver Cavern and eventually I'll release. He did? Okay, I'll look into it. I'm wondering if the one that I have is the one that Mayo touched upon, or if I have just the original demo, but I will look into the history there. Let's see. I was also was curious what a Starlight warehouse from 1094 would look like. This was literally made in 15 minutes, and I was like, nah, I hate it. Or maybe one day. Alright. I've got some things that I gotta take care of, but I really appreciate you, Luke, for sticking around, and anyone who is currently listening to this. Definitely just take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm feeling a little burnt out with level editing. So I'm thinking I might take a small break for a bit and maybe focus on other projects, but we'll see. At some point, the my hobbies aren't even a choice anymore. I think I'm just a prisoner of my my own whims. All right, y'all. But I'm heading out for the night. Thank you again, and I'll catch you guys later.